Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager for Miter McLean. I have a fan now. I'll be guiding you through your yin class today. I recommend that you find a wall that you can be near because we're going to do some legs up the wall and squats up the wall towards the end of class. Feel free to bring your blocks, your pillows, your blankets, whatever you might want for some support, particularly for a wide leg forward child's pose. And we will have our legs straight up in the air. If you find that challenging, bring a strap or something with you. All you can do is your best, and that's all I ever ask of you guys. Thank you so much for coming to Yin. We're going to start in Savasana on the floor in about 5 minutes. So I will see you guys in your special space close to the wall at 4:30. Thank you so much for coming today. Hey everybody. 1 minute till we get started. If you're here already, treat yourself and lay down in Savasana. Hi Uncle Buck, thanks for coming to Yin today. Yes, are you excited? Me too. It's going to be so relaxing. Why don't you find a spot to lay down? Yay, it's 4:30. It's time to do this thing. All right, so find your way down to the floor, starting in Savasana. If your back is really tired, you can already think about using a prop under your legs or taking a slight bend in your knees, just to start to ground your lower back down onto the mat, onto the floor, wherever you're practicing with us today. I forgot to bribe the bird with peanuts, so I'll be right back. Okay, life is good again. As you're relaxing here on the mat, truly start to melt into the floor below you. Take this time to really clear your mind and focus solely on your breath. Long, slow, deep inhales in through your nose. And if you can, focus on this nostril breathing, long, slow, deep exhales out through your nose as well. If that feels really uncomfortable or unnatural to you, feel free to take your breath out through your mouth, but really treat yourself to cooling down that air before it hits your lungs, inhaling in through your nose, just slowing things down, slowing down your mind, slowing down your breath. Starting to scan your body from head to toe and just noticing any points that you might still be harboring some tension. Maybe you're squeezing your eyes shut very tightly or furrowing your brow, pursing your jaw. If that's you, take the relaxation there. Maybe a little tucking of your chin to your chest. Get more of your neck and head and back vertebrae relaxed on your mat. Even taking a moment if you need to shake the tension out of your shoulders or your hips. Relaxing and releasing that belly. So remember, in our yin practice, we're focusing on the restorative form of yoga as opposed to a yang practice like a vinyasa flow, in which you really need to engage your muscles. We're going to focus on relaxing as much of our bodies as we possibly can in each posture that we take today. Typically holding postures for a little bit longer than usual and just making sure that whatever depth you've come into for a stretch, that you can still maintain your breath and also maintain that depth of the stretch for the duration of the stretch. So just giving ourselves a little bit longer to stretch our fascia, our ligaments, our tissues, skin, even our bones. We're going to come into our first posture of the day. Just draw your knee in towards your chest. I wondered if I called it anything cool. I didn't. Go ahead, keep that left leg down towards your mat. Engage your belly just a little bit to draw your right leg up. And as it comes here, you can interlace your fingers on top of your shin. Or if you want, you can even use your strap. Because remember, we're just here to relax as much as possible. Maybe using your strap to help you draw that knee a little closer towards your chest. And then relax and release your shoulders as close towards the mat as you can, depending on how you've taken your hold. So your elbows can start to hang heavy. No need to come any deeper into the stretch than you are right now. Feel free to close your eyes, and if you do have your eyes open, find that one spot of focus. If your eyes are moving, your mind is moving, and we're as relaxed as we possibly can be. Just about 2 more breaths right here. Next up, we have foot to the sky. You can bring your hands behind your thigh, behind your knee, and start to stretch that right leg up towards the ceiling. So again, you have the option, if you have a strap, to take your strap and place it around the arch of your foot so you can truly relax and release your shoulders down towards the mat, maybe coming into even a little bit of a deeper stretch than you might just find with your fingers interlaced along the back of your thigh. Not really quite along the back of your knee, either above or below, just to not apply too much pressure. And we've got 3 minutes right here, you guys. So find something you can relax in. If you need to take a slight bend in your knee, that's okay. If you need to take a slight bend in your other leg, in your supported left leg on the floor, to help you find a little more support and relaxation in your back, I just want you to do what feels best for you. Come back into your breath. Consistently scanning your body from head to toe and just noticing what you can relax. So we're focusing on creating a stretch here along the back of our legs. Where else can you relieve the tension? Remember, it's really normal to feel some shaking, some trembling. Don't be scared if that's you. It's me right now too. If you find that the shaking or trembling becomes so intense you don't know what to do with yourself, feel free to take a moment to relax that heel back down. Gently come out of the posture if you absolutely have to. But if not, as much stillness and breath as you can possibly bring to your mat today. Coming into our last 3 to 4 breaths right here. Awesome. On your exhale, find that bend in your knee. Go ahead, straighten your right leg out. Release that strap from your foot if you had it there. Just take one moment here in your stillness. Take 3 to 4 breaths. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So gently contract your belly, pull that abdomen, lower back towards the mat as you draw your left leg up. Remember, option to use a strap over your leg, or you can interlace your fingers and place them on top of your shin just below your knee. We got 1 minute right here with that knee towards the chest. Find the stretch that feels best for you. And remember that our bodies are different every day, and
Each side of our body might feel different, so what you did on one side might not be quite as possible on the other, or maybe you can do more. Just embrace whatever your breath and your body bring to you today. Last 2 breaths right here. Gently begin to walk your fingers towards the back of your thigh. Option to use the strap if you have one, if you want to. Sending the left foot up towards the ceiling. Remember, if the stretch feels really intense or uncomfortable on your back, bending that right knee and placing the sole of the right foot on the floor can feel a lot more supportive right here in your stretch. Find what feels good. 3 minutes. Start right now. Relaxing your chest and your shoulders as much as you can. No need to really contract the belly. Do your best to find your stillness. I know that it's hard. Last 2 to 3 breaths right here. Go ahead, bend your knee. Release that strap if you're using one. Send your left foot out, just taking another moment right here, relaxing. Releasing back to your Savasana. Go ahead, start to walk your feet in, rounding the soles of your feet down towards the mat. Finding that lower back this time, supported by your mat as well. So a gentle engagement of the belly again. Go ahead, lift that right leg up and cross it over your left for a little threading the needle. Option to hang out right here in your threading the needle. If this is enough of a stretch for you, enjoy it. If you want to work a little bit harder, once again, draw that left leg up towards your chest, interlacing your fingers behind your thigh, or using your strap either behind your thigh or on top of your left knee, or even hands, palms on top of the left knee can be a little bit deeper of a stretch along the back of your right leg. Find what feels good for you. 3 minutes right here. Find as much support as you can of the back of your head and neck on the mat. Might mean gently tucking your chest. Slow breaths. Last 2 to 3 breaths right here. We're going to keep our legs crossed. However, release your grip from behind the back of your left thigh and cross your legs even more. Work to get one knee on top of the other. You can reach down with your fingers and place your left hand on the outside of your right ankle. Maybe you can even reach towards your right ankle or grabbing closer towards your right shin as we do a little shoelace right here. Your heels can drop down towards your glutes. 2 minutes right here in shoelace. Nice work, halfway. Last 2 to 3 breaths. Gently release one foot at a time, just so your legs don't fling out. Relax your left foot back down towards the mat slowly. Uncross your right leg from your left. Take a moment, just windshield wipe your feet, right and left, right and left. Relieve any tension that might have built up on your lower back. And let's go ahead and do the same thing on the opposite side. So planting your right foot down on the mat, send your left leg up, cross your left ankle over your right thigh. You can hang out right here in the stretch if this is a great hip opener, if this feels good, staying chill on the floor, kind to your back. If you want to feel the stretch even more throughout the left leg, go ahead, bring your right knee up, interlace those fingers once more behind your right thigh. Feel free to feel it a little deeper, bringing your hands on top of your knee. Just finding what feels good for you today. You can use your strap. You can release that right foot back down towards the floor if that's what feels right. 3 minutes right here. In it to win it, you guys. So remember, relaxing those shoulders back down towards the mat, finding the support of your head on the mat. If you had to come into the stretch and you found yourself tensing your upper body, come out of the stretch a little bit. Remember, this is a restorative, relaxing form of yoga. We're focusing on the stretch in our legs, little relaxation in our back, and letting our upper body be as cool as a cucumber. As cool as I am with my new fan. Coming into our last minute right here. Enjoy your last 2 breaths. Remember, we're going to keep our legs crossed here. So as you begin to gently release the grip of your fingers, Draw your left leg further over the right. You can even take a twisting of your hips, of your knees. Maybe bringing your right hand down your shin to grab hold by the ankle. Same thing, tracing down the left leg. Coming here into shoelace, just doing your best to have one knee on top of the other. Big stretch happening all throughout the left glute. The whole side complex of the left leg. Keeping it general. Find that relaxation in your shoulders. Notice if you really tensed up your chest and lifted yourself up off of the mat to come into the stretch of your lower half, and find what you can relax and release back down to the mat in your upper body. Last 3 to 4 breaths right here. All right, once again, release one leg at a time. Bring the sole of the right foot back down towards the mat. Uncross your legs. Bring the sole of your left foot to meet with your right. Windshield wipe your feet. Right and left, right and left. We're going to come back to our backs, but let's take a moment. We're going to roll over. We're going to press ourselves up one hand at a time. Come back onto the mat. Open your legs nice and wide, and we're going to come into a wide legs child's pose. Feel free to bring some props if you want to. I always like to bring a block to place down underneath of my head. Maybe you want to put a whole rolled up blanket or pillow or whatever you got with you today under your body for as much support as you can. If you want to feel more of a stretch in your shoulders, walk those hands forward, but feel as relaxed as you can here. Still just focusing, remember, on relaxing our back, coming back into this stretch that's happening as you bring your heels towards your hips. This is our longest posture of the day so far. We've got 5 minutes right here in this child's pose. You're already in it. As still as you can be, and with your hips back towards your heels and maybe your belly is pressed against your thighs, focus on creating your beautiful slow deep breaths and finding some expansion of your rib cage along your back. Stay right here. You're amazing. And we are halfway through our child's pose. Take this time, scan your body once more from your fingers through your head to your toes, and notice where you might have squeezed a muscle that you can absolutely relax. I noticed my shoulders were creeping up towards my ears. Last 2 to 3 breaths. Great. Lift your head up. If you had your head down, move your props out of your way. We're going to pull ourselves forward and come on into Sphinx pose. Walking your legs out behind you. Bringing your belly down towards your mat. If your back is so exhausted and Sphinx pose doesn't feel good, you can just make a diamond shape and already place your hands, palms on the floor with your head on your hands, palms, maybe open your feet nice and wide.